Are you actually rich or are you just trying to look rich? Because believe it or not, those are two completely different things. These days, a lot of people are focused on looking successful. They buy the latest phone, wear expensive brands, and try to live a lifestyle that looks impressive from the outside. But when you look behind the scenes, their bank balance often tells a very different story. The truth is, looking rich is easy, but actually becoming rich takes a lot more than that. In this video, we're going to break down 3 signs that you might be pretending to be rich. And trust me, most people are guilty of at least one of these. Let's see how many applies to you. The first sign is, your lifestyle grows every time your income grows. First up, let's talk about lifestyle creeps. Imagine you're making $3,000 a month and doing just fine. Then one day, you get a promotion and your income jumps to $4,500. Sounds great, right? But then something happens. Your old phone suddenly feels outdated. You start looking at a nicer apartment, you start eating out more often, and spending money on things you never really needed before. And before you know it, that extra $1,500 is gone. You got a raise, but somehow you don't feel any richer. That's called lifestyle creep. A lot of people think earning more automatically makes them wealthy. But if every raise comes with higher spending, you're not really moving forward. You're just upgrading your lifestyle while your savings stay the same. Actual wealthy people don't see a raise as an excuse to spend more. They see it as a chance to save more, invest more, and build more freedom for the future. Since wealth isn't about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. So if every pay raise instantly turns into a more expensive lifestyle, you're not building wealth. You're just building a more comfortable version of the same financial situation. And that's the first sign that you might be pretending to be rich. The second sign is a surprisingly common one. You know every luxury brand, but almost nothing about investing. Think about it. Most people can tell you the latest iPhone model, the hottest sneaker release, or which watch brands are considered high status. They can recognize luxury logos from across the room and know exactly what's trending on social media. But ask them a basic question about money, and things get awkward pretty quickly. What's an index fund? How does compound interest work? What's the difference between saving and investing? For many people, the answer is simply, I have no idea. And that's where the problem starts. There's nothing wrong with liking nice things. If you've worked hard and can afford them, go for it. But it's worth asking yourself this. Why do so many people spend hours researching their next purchase, yet spend almost no time learning how to grow their money? Imagine I gave you 2 options. A designer jacket or a resource that could teach you how to build wealth over the next 20 years. A lot of people would grab the jacket without even thinking. And honestly, that's understandable. The jacket gives you an immediate reward. People see it, they notice it. But the knowledge, that's not exciting, it's not flashy. Nobody compliments you for understanding compound interest. The people who build real wealth understand this difference. They know that status symbols are optional, but financial knowledge is essential. Because at the end of the day, a logo isn't going to secure your future. Knowledge might. So if you spend more time researching what to buy next than learning how money actually works, that could be the second sign that you're pretending to be rich. The third sign is something that traps a lot of people, especially those with high-paying jobs. You depend entirely on your next paycheck to survive. Many people assume that if they're earning a lot of money, they must be rich. But that's not necessarily true. Let me ask you something. If your paycheck stopped showing up tomorrow, how long could you comfortably keep paying your bills? A few weeks? A month? Maybe a couple of months? It's a simple question, but the answer reveals the difference between having a high income and actually being wealthy. You see, there are plenty of people who earn great money. They drive nice cars, wear expensive clothes, and from the outside, it looks like they've got everything figured out. But behind the scenes, they're constantly waiting for the next paycheck. Money comes in, money goes out, and the cycle repeats every single month. The problem is that if that income suddenly disappears, their entire lifestyle starts falling apart. That's not real financial security. That's just being dependent on your income. Think about these 2 people. Person A earns $10,000 a month. At first glance, that sounds amazing, but he spends almost all of it. The luxury apartment, the car payments, the shopping, the subscriptions, everything is built around that monthly paycheck. Now look at person B. He earns $4,500 a month. Not nearly as impressive on paper, but every month he consistently saves and invests a portion of his income. Little by little, he's building assets and creating a financial cushion for the future. If you saw both people walking down the street, you'd probably assume person A is richer, but financially, person B is actually moving closer to real wealth every single month. That's because income and wealth are two completely different things. Income is the money you make, and wealth is the money you keep. Your goal shouldn't be just to earn more money year after year. Your goal should be to reach a point where your money starts working for you instead of you constantly working for money. So, if your entire lifestyle depends on that next paycheck arriving on time, that might be the third sign that you're only looking rich instead of actually building wealth. Look, if you relate to one or even more of these signs, don't worry. This video isn't about making you feel bad. The goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become rich. And those are two very different things. Anyone can spend money to create the appearance of wealth, but real wealth is built quietly through good habits, smart decisions, and patience. At the end of the day, expensive things might make you look successful for a moment, but financial knowledge, investments, and strong money habits are what will give you real freedom in the long run. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these signs do you think is the biggest trap people fall into? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want more simple finance content like this, make sure to subscribe to Daily Sense. I'll see you in the next one.